He tells us that the performance tracker should be eliminating e-levy, a government policy signed on by Parliament, and a website should erase it. And you didn't query him about it.
In fact,
that's what he said.
No,
you see, and I'm saying when you were talking, I kept so quiet. I'm sure viewers thought I'd left the studio.
Be removed from there.
Why are you asking him? You should check your own recording. I don't understand why are you verifying what he said.
When Dr. Bawumia says that he will remove e-levy in 2025, is he Parliament?
Yes, but the government has introduced something.
When he gets elected.
So that's the point I'm making.
And this is government.
No, that's not what you said. You said that the performance. You see what you have done? I'm saying that I sat here quietly and listened to you, the two of you banter, and you were doing things that did not favor Ghanaians in any way.
Anyway.
Why? When you were talking, you think you weren't inviting me when you were giving inaccurate statements. When somebody tells you that this is an information platform,
you go on. I'll have a right
and it's factual to tell you that you gave Nana Fredua water, he didn't touch it. That's 0% usage. Is it not a fact? Should it not be told? If you now go and query and say, why didn't you drink it? Is it not you seeking accountability? Is it not about transparency? So the fact that it hasn't been done doesn't mean it shouldn't be told. It's a matter of fact. It's human.
So,
it's government resources.
As a journalist,
it's state resources.
I should be able to
so
see.
We cannot sit.
I've seen 0%.
Let me flow because you had all the thing and you didn't ask him any questions. And it is a ridiculous statement to say that because nothing has been done, it shouldn't be stated.
No, but it was the same thing I was doing with him. I'm saying that.
No, it's not the same thing. You didn't ask him why he thinks that when the thing says 0, it shouldn't be posted.
What you're saying. So as a journalist,
what is this? What kind of country do we want when we do this type of thing? You have an opportunity to tell the truth to Ghanaians, be factual about things. Akufo-Addo didn't say he's God. His government has not claimed to be a perfect government. What we have sought to prove to everybody is that we are a better government. Better does not mean maximum. So when you've put out information like this, if you listen to him closely, he has not been able to tell you that the government has failed. He has not. He has tried, but he has not been able to prove it. In fact, he has created all kinds of very strange conversations. And one of them is, if I'm telling you that I'll be able to do this, and in some instances I haven't done it, and I'm telling you I haven't done it, it's a shame. Oh, what is accountability about? And then you say something like, e-levy should be wiped out by a website. E-levy, a legal policy. When we say legal, it has gone through the processes and endorsed by the people through Parliament. It's a legal policy. And somebody should, a website, when somebody types in, I don't like e-levy, then e-levy should vanish.
Okay.
I mean, how are we treating Ghanaians when we get opportunities like this to speak? What are we talking about? And Terminal 3 and the gas plant. Who has said that those things were not good for Ghana? Who has said it? The question is, how many Ghanaians benefit from Terminal 3 compared to free SHS? How many Ghanaians benefit from the gas plant compared to free SHS alone? And continuous. You see, what kind of Ghana
how do you mean with that comparison?
Yeah, I'm saying how many people go on an airplane? How many people? When you go to Terminal 3, how many people are flying? And what's the total impact? Is that making Ghana? As opposed to building the human resource we're talking about. People getting skills, go for TVET, free SHS, free TVET. What's the don't you see the value in building people?
So,
you don't see
so you're
that
saying
value.
that the value of free
you cannot
SHS
compare the value of building people to putting up an airport terminal that only a handful of people can use.
Oh, but that is...
That's what?
That's a strange comparison.
But that's what he said. You sat here and listened.
Because the classes...
He said it too, I didn't. And I'm saying you sat here and listened. Yes, he said it. You sat here and listened. I'm now raising it for you to bring to your attention what you allowed to pass.
When he talked about the Terminal 3,
yeah. He told us that he said that the government hasn't done anything. All of this is a political gimmick, like people. And then he used this as their achievement to prove that they did better. And I'm saying that, do you now compare that to free SHS and tell me that free SHS, which reaches every family home in this country, every family home in this country, once there's a student going through senior high school or a TVET system, is benefiting from the policy. That one. This is a terminal where if you can't buy a ticket, you can't use it. Eh?
All right.
You know, and then Annie, I kept so quiet. So quiet. When I've started now punching your things, you want to take breaks and you want to ask project questions in my time and all that. Listen to me.
Why are you being unfair?
Unfair.
You're being unfair.
Me, I'm being unfair.
Let me tell you why.
Okay, I'll stop.
You had a
Please,
chance.
go ahead.
You spoke.
Go ahead.
And he had a chance. He spoke. You are taking a second chance, which I'm not going to give him.
Why not?
So I'm not going to give
Why
him.
not? No, I want you to give it
move
to
on
him.
the
I
next
want you
issue.
to, maybe I'll even plead for him.
I think
Please,
that
give him.
that
You've created a situation. No, I agree.
Give me.
I'm not afraid about that. This is not a, you see, we need to allow our politics to go into serious business. Because I don't want to leave this earth and not think that my children and their contemporaries in the future have nothing. I know what I came to meet as a human being. I know what Ghana can do. When a government like Akufo-Addo's government achieves things like this, you don't come and sit on air and say that a website should erase a tax. Hey, what are we talking about?
All right.
And then we allow it to pass. It's a comment. It's politics. Oh.
Let me tell you
Now,
what someone says that. Good morning, Annie. Please, I want to clear something about the tracker. It's captured that road from Nasia, or is it Nasia or Nasia, to Janga has been tarred. Has been tarred.
Right.
Please, this is not true. You can call me to clarify it.
Good.
Someone wants to make an... Okay. Okay,
so it's
this
going
is someone
to come up in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
I mean,
it will be coming up, right?
That is the value. That is the value of this. So you see, did you hear what they say? It will discredit it. That is not the value of it. The value of it is for you to verify. And when you see, you ask, this goes into the next point I want to. You ask the question, who do you ask? That's not the question to ask as a journalist. But ask the public, yes. And I'm saying...
Oh, I mean, I was not referring to myself. I speak for the people.
Well, then, but you should be able to tell the public that that's why the MCs and DCs and others were at the tracking event. That's why they were there, because they are the local representatives of the president and the government. That's why you go to them. You should ask your assembly member what he or she has done to make sure that some of these things have happened. Did they have a role? If they didn't, who did? You go and ask that person. Where did it come from? That's the point. And talking about Akufo-Addo should have been part of the tracker. Are you serious? That the president should have been there because he doesn't meet the press, and therefore he should have been on the tracker. Hey, that's number 2 ridicule right there. The first ridicule was e-levy must be raised by the tracker. Second one, the tracker must have proof that President Akufo-Addo speaks to the press. He has delegated. You see, that the thing about democracy and the thing that we must all learn is that the system is created so that there's delegation of authority. That is why he has ministers. That is why he has deputy ministers. That is why he appoints MCs. Remember when he asked us, the Ghanaian public, that we should elect our own MCs and DCs.
Meet the press.
The NDC and people pooped it.
The Meet the Press series at the Ministry of Information. It's something that every president, every government has engaged in at the Ministry of Information. Nana Addo made a specific promise.
Not every president under the Fourth Republic. Some presidents.
Meet the Press series at the Ministry of Information.
Yes.
It happens under every government.
You said every president.
No, I said it happens under every government.
So this government who has done it. This one who does it.
So I'm saying
what are you saying?
Yeah. So his direct assurance and promise that I will meet as the president. That is something that you should account to us. Have you been able to achieve that?
No, it's not a performance tracker. And the next thing is, what's that got to do with the Meet the Press at the Ministry of Information?
You're saying that they should
because
delegate
the Meet the Press
I'm saying that happens already.
And that's where you go for information. I'm answering your question, who do you ask? That's where you go for information. Because he has delegated, let's do roads minister, roads department, blah, 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 down to the municipality or the district. What's happening there? So if this person about Nasia says it's not true, you go there and find out. Go to Techimentia and find out if it has happened. Go to all these other places where they are very ready to publicly state how impressed they are about us. So let's not act as if they aren't people to ask. As far as I'm concerned, if you go to some DC or MC and they can't answer questions, they have a responsibility to you to show why they couldn't answer that question.
Right.
It is their responsibility to make sure that everything on the tracker is answerable. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. And this matter of trying to ridicule Akufo-Addo and he's good at reading blah blah blah. Really, Like, who fought for press freedom in this country? Was it Mr. Mahama? Was it Mr. Mahama? Mr. President Govt, he owned the newspaper and fought for people to have press freedom. So let's not even get in there. Now, I don't know why in the beginning, when he started the state, I think he was looking for ways to settle into the conversation. So he started with your delivery tracker. Irrelevant. Delivery tracker. When you raised it, I thought it was relevant. When he raised it, I found it very relevant. Why was that interesting to him? Because he was looking for ways to begin his propaganda and things like that. It doesn't sit. Here are the real issues. His comments, and therefore the NDC's opinion about governance in this country, has been revealed by his statements this morning. Very revealing about how they don't really have a plan for Ghana. One, when they propose something like that, look, in my company where I work, some 40 years ago, we were selling in the night at dawn. 40 years ago. Then their president, the PNDC came, AFRC, then PNDC came, and they shut those opportunities down. Then slowly, the fight for democracy and things brought those things back. You know how many companies in this country operate 24 hours? Plenty already. It is in fact certain, some of their certain inept decisions and policies that have put a lot of people out, and they're reviving it again. They're reviving it again. A lot of industries have come into this country now. A lot. Including all those car companies that are coming. Do you know that Ghana used to produce different types of vehicles, from motorcycles to pickups to buses to vans? This is it LT they call it? These vans that have become trotro, Mercedes vans that are
204.
Yeah, 207.
207.
Good.
Okay.
We were producing them. They were called Adom in Ghana. We had a Thomas motorbike. There was the antecedents. They came and shut those things down and started selling them. The revelations, let's not go there. So when we want to talk about managing an economy, when you set up the infrastructure, the 24-hour thing they are talking about, if I'm running a food produce company and I want to bring in food from Techimentia to Accra to process, if the roads are not done properly, go and ask the Techimentia people the difference between yesterday and today. If the roads are not done properly, how do I transport my stuff?
Do you know this argument, the same argument that was being done about free SHS?
Which is?
Which is build the schools, have them have access before you allow
it's not the same.
To cram all the children.
It's not the same. They're two different things. Getting children to school should not wait for buildings. Otherwise, our forebears who sat under trees would not have gotten an education. Well, you see, you cannot straitjacket our lives.
Okay.
You cannot straitjacket our lives. The bottom line about this, there's so many things one would say about the utterances this morning from the other side. The bottom line about this, I'm pleading with Ghanaians. Let's not straitjacket our thinking. When you go on the tracker, it is for you to see the things. Like this person saw in us. If you are not satisfied, there are people you can go and query. The thing is, it's to bring back feedback into the system. And that's where we should find out. How do we get feedback into the system? And if there's a way, you do it. I haven't gone on the tracker yet, so I don't know. For there's a feedback opportunity there where you can say, when I went to the DCE, he couldn't answer my questions. He didn't even give me time. Let's report those things so that we can, because this information is for the people.